Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am smart. I am not me. I am Art, and I am your host for I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning, and earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz, and I'm so glad you asked me what the format of the quiz was. Format of the quiz, very simple. Very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end where all you have to do to win is to read my mind. So a maximum of 20 points overall. That's what we're all fighting for in this life on a Sunday. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with. Pow. Something to write on. Pow. You could write it on your hand. I'm not going to stop you. You'd have to have a big hand or small handwriting, but both of those are possible. A brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining. Both will be tested in this quiz. Optional, very, very optional, but very, very encouraged is a beverage. Because whilst it's got absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast. Today's toast is courtesy of Instagram user Quiff, Lord of Guff. I have all the best fans. To having a nice bath and a good scrub of all the essentials. I'm a big fan of baths. A big devotee of baths, and what I like about this is that we've got essentially 2 sections: to having a nice bath and a good scrub of all the essentials. Because for me, a bath is not a place to get clean. For me, you're sitting in your own squalor, and that's fine, but you just got to try and limit the squalor that you're sitting in. Okay, so I will often opt for a pre-bath shower. That's what I do. That's who I am. Whether that is who Quiff Lord of Guff is as well, whether they were intending for that to be 2 separate things, I surely couldn't tell you. But what I'm saying is a pre-shower bath can really do a great job of making sure that your bath isn't just a dirt soup. Cheers. Let's double dip actually for that first one. What I've done is I've dislodged my microphone stand. So we're just going to spend a second, popping that back in. How are we smarties? Who have we got here? Let me have a look and see who we've got. We've got a Nana Hobbob ready to learn. Very excited. Very excited to see you, Nana, as ever. Uncle Town, hello to you. Not often that we get an Uncle Town viewing on a Sunday show these days, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you showing up. AOL Time Warner official ad break has ended just in time. Well, that's what I work towards. I try and get that. Sorry, this is very difficult to do one-handed. This is what I'm learning. Can I prop this betwixt my thighs? Yeah, that kind of works. I try and get that first ad as quickly as possible, because really, when we're on a countdown type situation, there's no beef, there's no problem with dropping into an ad. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. That's the problem. Who goes anti-clockwise to tighten up? Who goes anti-clockwise to tighten up? Who does that? whoever this company is. And then we just Anagram-a-Ding-Dong. Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Throwing in an ep name, even though the ep name is not really crowdsourced, but we're in, we're on, we're off, we're going. Lovely stuff. School holidays, so 9 p.m. isn't such an issue. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Congratulations. I have always had in my head that Uncle Town was an octogenarian, maybe even a nonagenarian. So that's I'm learning already. TB Douglas, hello to you. SJBeck72, hello to you. I'm glad that you've showed up because you were, of course, the high point scorer from last week. And very, very pleased we all were to see that. AOL Time Warner Official is the mic clamp from the Southern Hemisphere. There's logic to that. The Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect works differently. The threads work differently. Probably some kind of flipping Papua New Guinean Southern Hemisphere mic stand. You just got to keep it in mind when you're working with it. You just got to keep in mind opposite, and then you'll be fine. Maybe he's an elderly member of school staff. Not me. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Maybe an elderly geography teacher, perhaps. Well, welcome, Uncle Tan. I'm very pleased that you are here for the fun and happiness that comes from a quiz. Where's the chat box? There's a chat box. Okay, so SJBeck72, of course, because you are the high point scorer, as we can see in the little ticker down here. Oh, congratulations, SJBeck72. You get to choose one round that we play this week. Guaranteed. You have these to choose from. Usy Choose, Anagram-a-Ding-Dong, Alphabart, Movie Ladder, Musicolage, Yay or Nay, Spotlight, Who Dat Artiste? Do you hear Who Dat Artiste? What's Who Dat Artiste? Gimme 5, Red Herring, Order, and Notme Wood this week. Oh yeah, of course. So any of those SJBeck72 that you wish to play, we will play. That's what you earned last week with your stellar performance. Alphabart. Gosh, what a wonderful choice. A wonderful choice. So Alphabart, that's in. Let's get that in the although we don't know the order of it yet. Yeah. Let's hold off on that. Very, very pleased to have you do some Alphabart. Let's pick another couple of rounds, though. Can we? Can we pick another couple of rounds, maybe? Should we do it? Yeah? Picking a couple of rounds, 2 more? Let's do this. So we do have a very strong week, a very, very strong week indeed. So we've got, gosh, isn't that funny that I was asking about Who Dat Artiste and then it came out? You just can't plan these things, can you? You just can't plan these things. Super Nash 18, what a wonderful emote that is. Look at that guy. Look at that guy having fun. He's probably watching my quiz. So Who Dat Artiste? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Anagrams. Oh, yeah, that's good also. Then what was the other one? Alphabart. Oh, yeah. I think we'll maybe start with Alphabart. Let's update this ticker just in case people show up late. You know what we're doing. Then we'll move. No, I don't mean alphabet autocorrect. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Then we'll go in with Anagram-a-Ding-Dong. I think we'll round this one out. We'll round this week out with a hearty game of Who Had Artiste. Oh, AOL Time Warner Official, we haven't even got to the round yet. And AOL Time Warner Official just can't stop being efficiently helpful. Thank you so much, AOL Time Warner Official. You are truly a leader of our times. Let's do this. I mean, if somebody says in the chat that it's time for Alphabart, I'm not going to get in their way. I'm certainly not going to do that. What was the other? Anagram. Okay. Yep. Oh my gosh, this is going great. This is going great already. I look forward to helping, and I look forward to being helped. That's all I ever want. Ideally, if I can do nothing at all and just have help with everything, I'm a happy boy. So Alphabart, as clarified, is a situation where we are just cataloguing all art possible. Because then you're not missing anything out. You're not missing anything out. The letter this week, that's a K, baby. That's a K. Which means that all of the answers for this round will begin with K. In the instances where I'm looking for people, and I will be looking for people, the K refers to the first letter of their surname. Do we understand? Absolutely. Okay. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Let's get quizzing, guys. It's 17 minutes past. Let's do this. Which American talk show host has a long-running, tongue-in-cheek feud with actor Matt Damon? Tongue-in-cheek means it's just like whatever. We're just playing around. We're messing around. So like the opposite, I suppose, of the Kendrick Lamar Drake feud. No tongues in cheeks there. Tongues firmly out. Because they're both being very rude to each other. I guess that's where the phrase comes from. That's what I guess. Question number 2. And remember, we're looking for the first letter of the last name for that one. Question number 2. Which actress did some serious smooching with Natalie Portman in Black Swan? Serious smooching. My gosh, we all remember seeing the smooching, don't we? Yeah, we do. We all remember seeing it. That's a good guess, says Nana. It's an educated guess. It's the only type of guesses I do. Which actress did some serious smooching with Natalie Portman in Black Swan? Maple Panda, are you... is this wonderful emote work based on you having a difficulty remembering? They're not always easy. What are we able to spend our money on at the moment? Change bulb color. We shouldn't be able to do that. What is art? Do I have any what is arts? Let's leave that off. Finding Jesus, chill party, gives a poem. Yeah. Oh, bespoke quiz round. Yeah. Let's get that back in. No idea, mate. That's fine. That means you're going to learn who did some smooching a little bit later on. Monkey Pixie Funk, that's a Chewbacca from the Star Wars franchise. Interesting. Kind of looks like a walking rug, doesn't he? Walking rug. Which form of music are the bands BTS, Blackpink and Stray Kids popular examples of? BTS, Blackpink and Stray Kids are popular examples of which form of music? We've hit double figures, guys. Double figures for viewers. Double figures for viewers. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Just got to keep them. Just got to keep them now. Question number 4. Complete the name of the book series retelling Arthurian legends, the once and future blank. Woo, we've got 2 hit. Girl Sarah Kilch. Lovely stuff. Dub figs. Dub figs, baby. Dub figs. That's how we do on I Am Smart, the Notme quiz. We have dub figs. I was having a little click around on my Twitch the other day at some of the achievements that I've made. It reminded me of the lockdown. The highest ever viewers that I've got on this. Highest ever. 23. Do you remember the lockdown when everybody was in trouble, forced to stay indoors and watch entertainment? Yeah, it's good times, wasn't it? Good times. Final question of this particular round. One of the most prolific American songwriters in history, whose biggest hits include It's Too Late, You've Got a Friend, and Beautiful, which became the title of her musical. Her musical. So you've got a little clue there. You've got a little clue there. I've already discounted approximately 50% of the population with one word. That's good question writing. That's good question writing. Monkey, Pixie, Funk, Lionel Richie. No, see, maybe. Maybe. Let's say maybe. I try not to remember that time. Well, that's fine, Sarah Kilch. We've all got our own favourite times. For me, it's those 2 magical words. Captive audience. Captive audience. A great time. Great time for the Most Week show. And that is the last question of that round. Does that mean that we're done? Does that mean that we're done? No. I tested your brain. Now you get a musing to test your imaginosphere. Write down your answers, please, to this little doozy. K stands for karaoke. What's your go-to song, and what's the song you would love to be able to nail? What's the song you would love to be able to nail? I want to know what song you do nail, daily, nightly, and ever so rightly. But what's the song that's maybe a little bit beyond you for whatever reason? The Lord God didn't necessarily bless you with the range necessary. The frog chorus, perhaps, if your voice is a little too high and you don't quite have the bom, 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 etc. You know how it goes. I don't need to sing you that song. What's the one that you couldn't nail, but oh gosh, you'd give your back teeth to be able to do it, to be able to strut into a karaoke bar, as is everybody's dream, and absolutely blow people's wigs off? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I didn't do the count. I didn't do the musing countdown. Never mind. I'm confident we did about 30 seconds on that. You did about 30 seconds on that. Let's go back to main. Hello, everybody. Oh, JRPV20 late to the quiz, but quizzing anyhow. That's to your credit. That's to your credit, JRPV20. I'm gonna give you the briefest little whoosh in on this. Question 1, which American talk show host has a long-running tongue-in-cheek feud with actor Matt Damon? Number 2, which actress did some serious smooching with Natalie Portman in Black Swan? Which style of music are the bands BTS, Blackpink and Stray Kids popular examples of? Complete the name of the book series retelling Arthurian legends, the once and future blank, and one of the most prolific American songwriters in history, whose biggest hits include It's Too Late, You've Got a Friend, and Beautiful, which became the title of her musical. 1 point for each of those that you got correct. And welcome back, anybody who was watching an advert there. Was that you, JRPV20? Were you watching an advert there? Do you need those questions again? Oh, that's a great idea. If you're enjoying Notme Show, feel free to follow, subscribe, give him some sweets, or at the very least, just give him a compliment. Doesn't seem too much to ask. Really doesn't. Yes, the adverts. Okay, so let me give you those questions again. Nice and quick, my goodness. Which American talk show host has a long-running, tongue-in-cheek feud with actor Matt Damon? Which actress did some serious smooching with Natalie Portman in Black Swan? Which style of music are the bands BTS, Blackpink and Stray Kids popular examples of? Complete the name of the book series retelling Arthurian legends, the once and future blank. And one of the most prolific American songwriters in history, whose biggest hits include It's Too Late, You've Got a Friend, and Beautiful, which became the title of her musical. And I will never read those questions again. Do not apologize, JRPV20. Although I will say, apropos of nothing. Ooh! TB Douglas gifted a tier 1 subscription. How exciting! Lovely, lovely stuff. Thank you so much. Wonderful. To Venum Veritas. I don't even remember who that is. They've gifted a total of 4. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. You can, of course, avoid the adverts, JRPV20, if you subscribe. If you want to just throw me a little bit of money, that's entirely up to you. Let's get on with the next round. Anagram-a-Ding-Dong. Is it just anagram? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Anagram-a-Ding-Dong. Sometimes you have all the right ideas. You just need to reorder them in order to make them great. If you take Falling Pianos and Lots of Rules and Little Miss Sunshine and you rearrange them, you get Zombieland, part of Jesse Eisenberg's awkward nerdy phase that really does show no signs of slowing down. This round will teach you how to reorder because it's anagrams, and that's pretty much what anagrams are. We've got a theme here. We've got a theme for this Anagram-a-Ding-Dong round. All of these anagrams will be gangster films. Gangsters. Those films that say, hey, isn't it cool to break the rules? Isn't it cool to break the law? Isn't Law and Order lame? Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Tell someone who does agree, Martin Scorsese. But I won't give you any more clues than that. Here's anagram number 1. Fooled slag. So if you take all of those letters and you rearrange them, you'll get the title of a gangster movie. And what this 10 means is that all 10 of these letters are in one word. One word will get you this, okay? Fooled slag, which could refer to several gangster films.
What you do with that slag, then? What you do with Billy the Fingers? What you do with that slag? I fooled him, didn't I? I told him I was going East End, but in the end I went to the West End. I fooled the slag.
That kind of thing. Because, of course, gangster films are not, America doesn't have an exclusive ownership over gangster films. Thank you, Nana. Appreciate that. UK gangster films as well, for sure. And Aussie ones, although I don't think they're represented here. Question 2. Come, I Panic a Mountaineer. Oh, I didn't put a thing in there. Gosh, we haven't had this round for quite some time. So this is... Okay. So what is this then? So this is... 4, 4, 1, 4, 2, 7. We weren't even warned that this was a world premiere. Well, see, that was just... that was just off the top of my head, Nana. I didn't even prepare that. That was straight off the old dome. So, whilst it may have seemed like it had all the preparation and production value of a world premiere, that was just what's known in the industry as an improvisation. That's what you get with me. That's why you're watching. Number 3. Car sales. 8. Wait, is it? No, it's not. I think that might be a little autocorrect thing that I didn't realize. It's car cafes, the kind of cafe you'd go into if you wanted to buy a car, or potentially, America loves a drive-through. Maybe this is the zenith of that. Maybe this is the end game of drive-through, where rather than driving through, it's driving in. You just drive your car in, and you get your order of your coffee, and then you just sit in your car, and maybe you park next to somebody, you park next to a friend, you just have a little chat out of the window of your car. Hey, I've got my coffee, you've got your coffee, let's just have a little chat. That'd be a car cafe. But if you rearrange those letters, you'll get a gangster film. Number 4. This is shoddy stuff. I do apologise. Stockroom King Backwardness Toll. Stockroom King Backwardness Toll. It's a 4 and a 5 and a 3 and a 3 and a 7 and a 7. Those are the lengths of the words included in the name of this gangster film. Stockroom King Backwardness Toll. As in, if you are the stockroom king of the stockroom, you're so good at working in that stockroom, organizing, inventorying, packing away, keeping it tidy, keeping those accidents down to a minimum. If you have to do everything backwards, it's going to take a toll on your productivity. Stockroom King Backwardness Toll. Yeah, some of these are quite tricky, sure. If you're waiting for an apology, you'll be waiting a long time. And the final anagram, a little bit simpler, thy hobo dozen. As in, like the dirty dozen. Thy hobo dozen. It's like the dirty dozen, but they've had a harder role to play in this life. Life has treated them a little bit trickier than the dirty dozen. And the dirty dozen, to be clear, they had some problems. It wasn't all straightforward, but I thought I'd be a lot better at these, says TB Douglas. Well, what I will say, TB, is, and I alluded to it earlier, it was a pretty good illusion, I would say, is that I've attempted to pluck films from the spectrum, across the spectrum of gangster films. So, whether gangster means, is there a letter in there that is one word? Yeah, and that could be a good clue, actually. That's a good one to think about, definitely. Is there a letter in there that is one word? Yes, there is a letter in here that is one word. What could that letter be? And what would that tell you about the title of this film? And what would that tell you about the overall vibe of the film? So I'm looking to pluck. So that, what does gangster mean to you? Does gangster mean gangster? Does gangster mean gangster? Or does gangster mean gangster? All are represented. All are represented. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Whereas I knew I'd be bad. Well, anagrams are tricky. I'm not gonna stand here and lie to you and say that they're easy, but this is a round that does consistently crop up in this quiz, and that is because if we're talking about ease, it's a very easy round for me to write. Incredibly easy. You think of the topic, you think of some examples, you go onto an anagram website, it gives you lots of suggestions. You just got to pick some that sound like they could vaguely form some kind of sentence. That's it. That's it. So, as difficult as it is, we shan't be free of it for some time. Those are all the questions. There is also a musing here, though, of course. What is your cool gangster nickname and how did you get it? What is your cool gangster nickname and how did you get it? You know all these gangster films. You know all the gangsters have their cool guy gangster nicknames. Like I say, what's the one I used before? Tony the Finger. Because he's a grass and he, who is it? It was this guy, that kind of thing. Johnny the Knife. Having a the in there is good. Name the noun. You've got a lot of options there. Or it could just be something, I believe in Rock and Roller. One of the characters is, I think it's maybe Gerard Butler's character is called Mr. 1-2. Because he's, he only needs 2 punches to really knock somebody out. So that kind of thing. I want you to have a cool gangster nickname, and I want it to have some level of backstory. Some level of backstory here, okay? That's what I'm looking for. And hey, what does cool mean? What does cool mean to you? Does it have to mean something violent? Could you be part of some kind of new avant-garde, forward-thinking gangster gang where they're actually about working through their problems through talking? Or they express their anger in a more healthy fashion? i.e., shoveling driveways in the local community when it gets cold. Betty the Shoveler. That kind of, you know what I mean? Whatever you want. But let's get back to Maine. Wait, did I just get rid of my camera there instead of the thing? I think I did. Guys, you'll know that I do these, I'm streaming, on Wednesday nights, I stream football. On Ready Game Inspire, I am working through an incredible season, or career really. We're on the 2nd season already, with Accrington Stanley. I've created a character called Duncan Football, and my aim is to, because I've never really got into football myself, but I'm using it to become a better Englishman. And what I want to do is to allow people who aren't huge football fans to give it a watch, is I'm injecting it with storytelling, with narrative, in order to give it that little special something. And I do this through the team talks. The conceit is that I'm able to get a microphone into the dressing room, the changing room of Accrington Stanley, so I can hear the conversations that Duncan Football gives to his team. The team have developed characters for a good many of them, and these team talks are really developing into something quite special, too special, I would say, for the number of people who watch on a Wednesday, which tends to be one. Our good friend Counting Sheep is an avid viewer, and long may that continue. But I thought, do you know what? I'm putting a lot of effort into these, and they don't deserve to be listened to by so few people. So I'm going to play you the most recent two, which kind of form a part one and a part two. So I'm going to play you one now, and then I'm going to play you one afterwards. Yeah? Let's just do that, and then it's going to be fine, and it's going to be good. So have a little listen. It's kind of like a radio play, but there are visual elements to help you get on with finding out who these people are. This is a Duncan football team talk.
26th of July, Adam Buxton, pulled hamstring, 3 weeks out. 13th of August, Wu Shi, pulled calf, 2 weeks out. 1st of September, Gerardo Brunner, broken elbow, 4 weeks out. 13th of September, Josh Windass, pulled calf, 2 weeks out. This is 4 injuries in 6 short weeks. Simply put, gentlemen, we have an injury problem. A jinx, you might say. How are you feeling, Josh?
Me leg hurts.
I bet it does. How's he doing, Keenan? I've been by his side to help with his recovery, and he's doing better every day.
I ate the flowers.
What did he say? He ate the flax flowers you sent, boss. He kept going for him, and I kept telling him no, but then I had to leave him alone to have a wee, and by the time I got back, the flowers were gone, and he had yellow petals all round his mouth. It's tough being his buddy sometimes, it really is. Well, you do a grand job, Keenan, thank you very much. Although, I have to point out, I didn't send flowers. I sent a box of bourbon biscuits. It's what I do for all of you when you get injured. Oh, sorry. I just assumed the flowers were from you, boss. I didn't have anything written on the note, just a picture of a mummy, you know, like ancient Egypt and that. Mine had a picture of a Dracula.
Mine was Hombre Lobo.
What's that? He means a werewolf. I had a picture of Frankenstein's monster with my flowers. Well, I didn't send none of them. I'm starting to worry there might be foul play afoot here. Is someone causing this? Someone with a vendetta against us? Didn't Piero just decline a new contract? Could it be him? That's a good point, Wu. Piero? And what's the matter? Have you got anything to do with this recent spate of injuries we've endured? Of course not, boss. This started before all of my issues. Do you even care about what they are? Obviously not at the moment, Piero. We've got bigger fish to fry, son. Because if it's not you, who is it? I've got an idea, boss. But you're not gonna like it. Go on, Billy. The flax flower is the national flower of Ireland, so it is. And each of those pictures depicts a famous universal horror film icon. A monster. So we've got Ireland, and we've got monsters. Who does that suggest to you?
David Beckham.
No, Josh, not David Beckham. That's a good guess, though. Keenan, would you mind just taking him outside to look at some trees? On it, boss. You know who I'm thinking of, don't you, boss? I do indeed. Jason the Monster Mooney, our former goalie who we sold to Swindon for £200,000. He's behind these injuries, the get. I think we'd better pay him a little visit.
Wow. I mean, drama, right? That's a tough break for Windass. Yeah, he's Josh Windass is a wonderful player, attacking midfielder. He's got a right foot like a traction engine, but he also has an IQ of, I think, is about 38. So he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. We do one of our centre backs, Keenan Kwanzaa, is a very, very enthusiastic guy. He's volunteered to be Josh's buddy. He had to take him out there to look at some trees, so he didn't get overstimulated. But Josh is a great player, but he's thick. So that is part one, and we'll get part two after this next round, which is Who dat artiste? Who dat artiste? Thank you so much for all the kind words. See, this is what you could be enjoying on Wednesdays. So what's that? It starts at 5:30. So in the UK, 10:30. So if you fancy a little, it's a bit more chilled than this, a little bit less involved. So if you want to just in the UK pop on a Wednesday night, certainly that would be a pretty good idea. Anyway, we're moving on. Who dat artiste? I'm going to show you some pictures of some people. some artists, and you just need to tell me who they are. This one, I wonder whether I've made this too easy. Because one, I haven't obscured their faces at all. Two, well, I'll give you the topic. Best-selling authors. You don't know what they look like, but one, I've given you their face, unobscured. Two, I've given you one of their books that they're very famous for. And three, I've given you their initials as well, I believe. So you can't accuse me of not having your back on this one, okay? I've done absolutely everything I could. Yeah. Let's see how we do with this. Who dat artiste? Artiste number 1. SK The Shining. And what a face that is. What a face. A face for literature. Having our paperback. Oh, Nana. Nana. There's some crock points for that. That's wonderful stuff. I've got your paperback for sure. SK The Shining and that evocative face. Author number 2. J.R. The Ichabog. The Ichabog. They've given you the initials of their first initial and their last initial. First initial and last initial for all of these, and the book The Ichabog. The Ichabog. Author number 3, TC Patriot Games. Look at him, he's a serious looking chap. Got a lovely windbreaker / looks like some kind of Kagul raincoat. This is one for Gamer Hall. Good luck, Gamer. Incoming ad break. Okay, so I'll get the last 2 out of the way. Yeah, we've got time for that. Number 4, One Day at Horrorland, RS. One Day at Horrorland, RS. We got double digits again, guys. We dropped down to 8, but now we're back to double digits. One Day at Horrorland, RS. And then the final one, we'll get it in just before the ad break. The Duke Finds Love, BC. What a visual that is. What a visual that is. BC, The Duke Finds Love. The trickiest one? Yeah, maybe. Oh, Jesus. I read that wrong, Nana. I read that as you putting in that emote, looking at that photo and just saying, Jesus. So it wasn't that. It was Jesus because there's a small white dog in the picture. Jesus, not Jesus. Good stuff. And back down to 8. Lovely. And then we've got a musing. We need a musing for this. We are without our there's an ad break in progress. We are without our non-subscribed people. So we'll keep this on for over a minute. But the musing is the final musing of this week. Pitch a novel that tells a thrilling, fictionalized version of your life story. Parentheses. Feel free to change any aspect you wish. So don't be constrained by AKA the truth. Give me a novel. Give me a life story, but don't worry too much about, the kind of, don't be a nerd about the details. Welcome back. Here's your musing. Pitch a novel that tells a thrilling, fictionalized version of your life story. Feel free to change any single aspect that you wish. Don't feel burdened by the truth. Don't feel hamstrung by reality. Don't allow honesty to be as a yoke upon your shoulders. Okay? Just massage the facts a little bit, and give me something thrilling. Give me something thrilling. I want to be thrilled. I want to be wowed. I want to be thrilled and wowed. And let's head back to Maine. When we left the Duncan football team talk, they had decided that it was Jason the Monster Mooney, 6'8", 6'8", big Northern Irish bugger, who was to blame for the injuries somehow. That hasn't been established yet. They sold him to Swindon last year for £200,000. Do they regret it? Maybe. They got a guy in a Brummie. They got a Brummie in called Ryan Allsop, who introduced himself by saying that he'd been abducted by aliens as a young man and had enjoyed it so much that he was hoping to get abducted again. So he was a good keeper, but he was a live wire. But let's get to part 2 of Duncan Football's Injury Jinx Team Talk. Billy, does it say 15 or 17? 17. Mooney Manor. Well, I suppose this is it then. Okay, Billy. Let's knock. And remember, Jason hates us. He's got a vendetta against us. Be ready for anything.
Lads, have you come to take me home?
What?
Have you come to take me home to Accrington so I can stop the curse?
The curse?
Aye, a curse the time. Is that not why you're here? To call an end to all this?
What do you mean, curse?
I used the inherent mysticism of my lineage to make yous more susceptible to injury.
Lineage?
I'm a descendant of the Fomori, Celtic giants of legend, and I've retained a certain amount of eldritch ability across the generations.
The Fomori? Well, bloody hell, I just thought you'd been slipping something into our tea. Why did you do it, Jason?
You sold me to Swindon.
Football's a business, Jason. Okay, they offered a lot of money.
Have you ever been to Swindon, boss?
Today's my first trip.
Swindon squats on the earth like a labyrinth of tarmac and lost ambition, where even the roads spiral in confusion, mocking the weary traveller. The ghosts of the Great Western Railway whisper of past glory, drowned beneath an ocean of grey retail parks and the corporate monotony of a town that once dreamed of motion but settled for stagnation. Here, the magic roundabout is less an engineering marvel than a cruel joke, 5 circles of hell spinning endlessly, much like the lives caught within them.
Wow. It looked alright on the drive in, I have to say. Yes, it did, but I think what Billy is trying to say is that we're sorry we put you in a place you didn't like, but please know, I didn't do it maliciously, okay? And it broke my heart to see you go, it really did. I had to go to Blackpool 3 times to get over losing you, and I only had to go twice when my brother died. And the lads all miss you. Shay and I are beside ourselves. The Belfast boys aren't the same as a duo. The dynamic on nights out is weird. You know what Shay's like.
Oh, I miss yous too. I long for the verdant valleys of Accrington.
So if I ask nicely, and maybe bring you some bourbon biscuits, do you think you could call off the curse?
Aye, of course. I'm sorry. I was acting out of hurt. You might still be affected for a while. It's not like switching off an electric wheelchair, but in time things should go back to normal.
Thank you.
Did I injure anyone major? Woo, damn, Buckers, double damn, and Gerardo. I never liked that little fella. He's not to be trusted. No bother. Would you like to come in and relax after your drive? We can have a go in my hot tub, which should be like a swimming pool to use non-giants.
Wow. Yeah, it was. It was a real powerful reveal. I thought that it was Jason the Monster Mooney is descended from Celtic giants, the Fomori. They have a Wikipedia page. You can look them up. And shout out to Swindon. Yeah, he's not a big fan of Swindon. I've never been. I was kind of writing in the character of Jason, and I do have to point out, of course, it's important to point out, I'm using the faces and the names and the nationalities of these various players, but any similarity to them is purely coincidental. Intriguing stuff. Thank you, Nana. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know whether the real Jason the Monster Mooney is I would assume he's not a fictional giant, but you never know. Jason is joyous. It's a shame that we sold him. It really is. He's got the body of a giant, but the soul of a poet. He really does. But yeah, so that's just the kind of fun that we have on Wednesday nights. Shall we get on with some answers? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get on with some answers. Here we go. The musing for Alphabart karaoke. Oh, it's karaoke. It was karaoke. What is the song that you can nail? And what is the song that you wanna nail? And were any of are either of those songs by Jimmy Nail? These are the questions. But don't say them out loud. Get them in the chat, please. Also, I suppose worth pointing out with the Duncan football team talks, I actually did all the voices. It's all me. Question number 1 for Alphabart. Remember, all of these answers beginning with K. Which American talk show host has a long-running tongue-in-cheek feud with actor Matt Damon? It is, of course, James Kimmel. James the Jimmy, known as Jimmy Kimmel, but James Kimmel indeed. They pretend to not like each other, but I think they're good friends. I think they're good buds. In spite of it all, because I think if he really didn't like him that much, I think he would be able to wield enough power that he wouldn't be on the show, and he has been on the show several times now. Question number 2: which actress did some serious smooching with Natalie Portman in Black Swan? Real serious smooching. Mila Kunis. We can all remember that scene. So powerful in the storytelling that I actually had to rewind it and watch it three or four times. I was going to watch it a 5th time, but in the end I didn't need to. Question number 3: which form of music are the bands BTS, Blackpink? Sorry. Had a little something in my throat there, sorry. What form of music are the bands BTS, Blackpink and Stray Kids popular examples of? Come on, guys, you know this. What K is this? K-pop. They're all Korean and they're all very popular. That's what means K, that's the K. Korean pop. Question 4. Complete the name of the book series retelling Arthurian legends, the once and future blank. What could that be? It's a K word. And it's about Arthurian legends. What was Arthur? He was a king, the once and future king. So you could have worked that one out, even if you didn't expressly know the answer. But if you did know the answer, then well done you. You can get some croc points. a little bit of swagger, saying, I didn't even need to work it out. If you own the book, any of the books, I mean, that's real crop points. So well done you. That's real swaggery energy. And number 5, one of the most prolific American songwriters in history, whose biggest hits include "It's Too Late, Baby, It's Too Late," or something like that. You've Got a Friend, and "Beautiful," which became the title of her musical. Whose was that? That was surname beginning with K, of course, per the rules of the round. Carole King. Carole King. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the name, but you wouldn't necessarily know that she wrote. I mean, "You've Got a Friend" is certainly more famous, I think, as a what's his name, James Taylor song than her. But she, absolutely just banger after banger after banger from Carole King, one of the all-time greats. Well done you. 1 point for each of those that you got right. Congratulations if you did well on that round. A varied knowledge base needed to do so, so well done you. Let's get these musings though. Karaoke, baby. Karaoke. Let's have a look. Definitely not too. The go-to song is "Cherry Bomb" by the Runaways. I wish I could nail anything by Whitney Houston, or really any song. I'm not a very good singer. Well, that's perfect to go with something a bit punky, because that is really a hallmark of the genre. People singing that you think, well, if you didn't have this swagger, I'm not sure you'd make it particularly far on American Idol. Let's say that. Cherry Bomb. Which one is Cherry Bomb? No. You won't be able to hear this, will you? No. Oh yeah. Lovely stuff. Wonderful. JRPV20, don't let the sun go down on me. Can nail George Michael. Wish I could nail Elton John. I mean, if you ask him, very nice. No, okay, the song, yeah. Can nail George Michael. I would say George Michael's the trickier one of the two. No, certainly higher. Or the different versions of. Okay. Well, very, very good job to have both answers in the same using the same song. Really, really good. Well done. TB Douglas, can nail "Torn" by Natalie Imbruglia. That's a song that you've got to perform, TB. That's a song that you just have to perform. You have to hear every ounce of pain coming through that tiny little Australian's larger than average eyes. Oh, Nat. Love to be able to nail "Love on Top" by Beyonce. I sound great in the shower. I'm going to feel that's because I'm singing along to Beyonce. I mean, "Love on Top" is a tricky one as well, because that starts okay, but then Beyonce just... It's like, I don't know. I'm picturing Superman, for instance, flying with some birds, and everybody's flying along in a plane, and everybody's having fun. And then Superman just flies up a bit further, and some of the birds are like, "You're going too high for me." And he's like, "Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. Plane's still there. Oh, yeah, it's all good. I'm Superman. I'm fine. Oh, yeah, everybody's fine." And then he goes up again, and then he goes up again, and then he goes up again. And in the end, he's in space, because he's the only one that can fly that high, because he's Superman. And Beyonce is the only one who can just keep going. Bang, key change. Oh, you can't handle me? You can't handle me going up again? I'm Beyonce. Eat my singing dust. I think she does it nicer, unless she's in a bit of a mood. Good stuff, though. Really, really nice. And we all sound great in the shower. And even if we don't sound great in the shower, then that's fine, isn't it? Because it's a shower. And the showers really have signed those figurative non-disclosure agreements. Nana Hobble wouldn't say I nail it, but I like Love Shack. Oh, that's great. I saw it yesterday in the Saturday Night Live, having a fabulous celebration this weekend of 50 years of Saturday Night Live, and they had I've never seen Love Shack sung live, but the the B-52s are singing it, and they're all a bit older, a little bit weirder, but yeah, they all nailed it. It was really, really good. And again, it's a performance one. The guy's voice. And if you're doing that, everybody gets on board. Wish I could do Purple Rain. Oh, I mean, just the end of it, just the... If you could just keep that going for the 7 minutes or whatever it is needed. My gosh, yeah, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Supernatural 8, I have no song, but if I had to pick a song to nail, it would be Don't Stop Believing. Steve Perry's vocals are off the scale, absolutely off the scale. Don't believe it. And that's a great one because you bring out a bit of Don't Stop Believing, everybody's singing with you. Everybody's only listening to their own voice. It's a communal. It's a communal. AOL Time Warner Official. I would have to say my go-to is Du Hast. Is that Rammstein? It is Rammstein. Let's have a little listen. This is just for my benefit. Very deep.
Du hast mich.
Wow. I mean, I think we were all learning a little bit about AOL Time Warner Official there that we didn't necessarily know before. Lovely. Love to improve my MacArthur Park. Again, I'm gonna have to go to Ellen MacArthur Park. Richard Harris. Have I heard this? I think you could do that, AOL Time Warner Official. I don't think he's doing anything that you're not capable of. If you're hitting the Du hast, you can hit the... You could do all of that. Go-to song, Look at Me, I'm Sandra D. Fabulous. Would love to be able to nail Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. Oh. I mean, again, you're dropping a few of the dance moves. I don't think anybody's worrying about you hitting a flat when you should be hitting an A. Do you know what I mean? Maybe ABBA, like Gimme Gimme Gimme, who smashed all major ABBA songs in one session. Gamer Hall, bit of an ABBA devotee. Loved to hear the Gimme Gimme Gimme, man. Yeah, that's great. I mean, ABBA is classic karaoke fodder. No go-to song I'd love to nail, Bohemian Rhapsody with Wayne's World actions. Lot of headbanging, and the you gotta get the drums in there. Points all round, guys. That was lovely. I feel like we've all learned a little bit about each other, and I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you so much. Some of the musings are about conjuring something. Some of them are just like, hey, let's get to know each other. Anagram-a-Ding-Dong. Oh yeah, I did get rid of there we go. Well, this is the musing. The musing's already here. Get it in the chat. What's your cool gangster nickname and how did you get it? Give me some backstory. This one's a little bit more fictional. This one's a little bit more conjuring. But I'm excited nonetheless. We got Fooled Slag. What gangster film are those letters rearranged to create? It is, of course, I gave you a bit of a clue with the Scorsese mention earlier. It's Goodfellas. But let's be clear, they were anything but good. They were criminals. Unreasonable Fellas might have been a better name for the film. He shoots that waiter. My God. Come, I panic a mountaineer. A phrase that you might hear from some kind of cougar or wildcat. 441427. 441427. When you hear the answer, you'll think, gosh, is there anything else that it could have been with those letters and numbers? It is Once Upon a Time in America. Oh, that's not great. Once Upon a Time in America. It's a long film. The people that love it, love it. The people that don't love it probably didn't make it through it. Because it is, as I say, a long film. Well done if you got through the film and got the answer. Car cafes. Car cafes. What gangster film is that? Scarface. Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend. Doing some voices like this is a little bit offensive maybe, but if Al Pacino can get away with it, how come I can't get away with it?
Never tried that before. It's fine. Anagram number 4. Stockroom King backwardness toll. Stockroom King backwardness toll. There's a lot of words. What's a gangster film that has a lot of words? That's probably not going to... Yeah, I need to pop that up a little bit. Pop that up there. Pop that up there. And down here we just go lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. I can't even get out of the way of it all. I cannot even get out of the way of it all. Lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. You want to talk about some fun gangster nicknames? All over the place with this. That's how Guy Ritchie has made his career, largely. And Madonna. Final one. Thy hobo dozen. Thy hobo dozen. 4134. Is one of these letters a word in and of itself? You may just kick yourself. It's boys in the hood. Boys in the hood. There is a Z in there. What's that Z doing? It's incorrectly spelling boys. Well done if you got that one right. And well done if you got any of those right. Some of the, I mean, it's anagrams. I, in my personal experience, you look at an anagram, you get it quick, or you don't get it at all. That's my experience. That's my truth. Musing, what is your cool gangster nickname? How did you get it? Let's have a look at some of these musings. My gangster name would be the fragrance dealer. Because if you smell me, you've been dealt by me. But not as in guffs, more like bullets or a knuckle sandwich. There's, as ever, MPF, as ever, there is a whole ocean to get through with this. A lot to deal with. My gangster name would be the fragrance dealer, because if you smell me, you've been dealt by me. That I quite like. That says to me it's a gangster who has a very particular smell. Be that positive, be that negative. Either's fine, because it's not to make friends, it's to make enemies. Which means if you're a gangster and you smell whatever smell it is, lynx or axe, some kind of body, some kind of overwhelming smell of, what's that stinky fruit? Whatever that stinky fruit, what's it called? Durian. That smell of durian. So the smeller in the Delta, the fragrance dealer, really smells like durian. And so if you're another gangster who's not in his gang, you get that waft of durian. All of a sudden there's panic. There's panic all over the place. Oh my God, it's the fragrance dealer. We've smelt him. Now we're going to be dealt with by him. That works. But then we're moving in, not as in guffs, more like in bullets. So are you smelling the bullets? Or that's the dealing. That's the dealing. Okay. It's the smell. Durian. No. I was only 2 days from retiring from the gangster world. And then MPF comes through with his gun. Crack a window. That could be a catchphrase. Crack a window. I think that works. Nana Hobbob. 2 burritos, Nana. Evocative. I have a bit of a reputation for ordering 2 burritos in one meal. So it's not a clever nickname. It's route 1. It's kind of on the nose, and that's fine. It's the world of gangsters. We're not looking for a lot of subtext here. Okay, we're not looking. This isn't Joyce. Okay, this isn't some kind of deep and layered. Yeah, this is blunt and to the point, much like a burrito. Ordering 2 burritos in one meal, intimidating my rivals. That's good. I mean, again, there is maybe a smell factor here coming in, or there is maybe a sense that if you've eaten 2 burritos and you get into some kind of scuffle and they're wrestling with you, they squeeze pretty hard. They squeeze even harder. It's game over. Do you know what I mean? The fight is just getting real messy. Things could get ugly very quickly with old 2 burritos Nana. That's good. Definitely not due to Lil Bulldozer. Woo! Lil Bulldozer. I'm dangerous behind the wheel of any vehicle. In that you just run people over. Just run people over. I love the Lil, though. Love the Lil. Gives a slight cuteness. You can't be too angry with definitely. Because she's just a Lil Bulldozer. Ain't I a stinker, running people over? Oh, blood on my bumper. All of that kind of stuff. Lovely. There's a little bit of hair on my windshield. Supernash18, Fat Tony, thanks to my penchant for Terry's chocolate oranges. Oh, you've had to work for it. You've had to work for it, but it's really paid off. Because just the girth. In the old style, in the old Henry VIII style, I don't need to do all of this. You know, I don't need to chase people. I've got people to chase people for me. People are running after, run after that person. Sure thing, Fat Tony. Oh, you need to run and send a message to that rival gang. Sure thing, Fat Tony. Where do I need to run, Fat Tony? Just to maybe a Tesco Metro or Sainsbury's Local. Just pick up a Terry's chocolate orange. I'm thinking milk. Maybe 1 milk, 1 dark. If we go 2 milk, 1 dark, I think that otherwise then it saves you a journey later on. Yeah, let's just do that. Wonderful. JRPV20, Jimmy Banana Fingers on account of my banana fingers. Fingers that are particularly good at picking up bananas or that look like bananas. Again, from a backstory point of view, it's quite route one. Jimmy Banana Fingers on account of my banana fingers. People say, hey, so Jimmy Banana Fingers, tell me, why you call banana fingers? And JRPV20 just, because of my banana digits. Don't squeeze them. They're old and they're like a bruised banana. Very squishy. Very unpleasant to touch. Could be. Well, Time Warner Official, I tell people when they get mail, especially the last LL Bean catalogue they're going to get in this lifetime. So I'm the informer. I mean, it's a good name in that it is very informative. In the world of a gangster, being an informer, maybe not the best. Just throwing it out there. Just be careful. I would hate to open the newspapers tomorrow, read AOL Time Warner Official just got shot in a suspected gangland killing because they thought that they were an informer, but in reality AOL Time Warner Official was just letting them know, that it was that the clocks are going forward on Thursday, so just don't forget. Yep, just keeping you informed. That's the worry. TB, the bookmaker, from a love of reading and also a more threatening sense of putting the odds in my favour. I mean, you would have to make a conscious effort to just try and dumb down your intimidation a little bit, because you would be familiar with subtext. You would be familiar with running themes underneath. A lot of your gangster brethren and sistren, the fraternity, the sorority, maybe wouldn't have that. So it's just something to keep in mind. Just keep it quite surface level. Might not come easy for you, but don't use your learnedness to put you at odds with your criminal fraternity. Okay. Points all round, guys. That was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot. And then the final round, we've got another musing. Of course we do. This is going to be good as well. Pitch a novel that tells us the thrilling, fictionalized version of your life story. Feel free to change any aspect that you wish. Get it in the chat, guys, while we go through these answers. Tell me, who dat artiste? Who dat author? SK The Shining. Pretty easy? Yeah, maybe. It is, of course, Stephen King. With the face that, it is haunting. Very on brand, but with a mind not only his mother could love, but all of us could love. And I think that's more important. J.R. the Ichabog. Who dat author? Pretty easy. She's in the papers a lot these days. It's J.K. Rowling. I thought, should I put J.K.R. as the initials? I thought that's going to make it too flippin' easy. I mean, it's pretty easy anyway. She's always complaining about something, someone, some group of people. Who dat author? TC, Patriot Games. Lovely raincoat on a big warship. It's Tom Clancy. Sold a lot of books in his lifetime. Very serious. Jack Ryan is his big character. Well done if you got that one right. R.S. One Day at Horrorland. Sounds quite simplistic. Sounds maybe childlike. R.L. Stein, author of the Goosebumps books. Well done if you got that one right. Author of the Goosebumps books. He's always got the look of someone, to me, despite him being a children's author, as someone who just genuinely doesn't enjoy the company of children. They're just a bit too loud for him. And yet he's made so many of them happy. What a world. And then finally, BC, the Duke finds love, one of the most prolific authors of all time. Well done if you got this one right. This was Barbara Cartland. I mean, I just have to drop a couple of little words for you here. She was alive almost 100 years, born 1901, died in 2000, a prolific English contemporary and historical romance novelist who published, over 76 years, published 728 books. You really can't argue with that. You really cannot argue with that. What a body of work. What a body. Jesus. So well done if you got that one right. Well done if you got any of those right. I think some of them are quite tricky. First two, maybe not so much. But let's have a look at some of these musings. Definitely not Duda. A pair of twins and their family dog get trapped in a magical forest and have to find their way home while also rescuing their two older siblings. Oh, interesting. What this has created, which wasn't my intention, but I'm absolutely thrilled is happening. What this has created is us all having to guess what's the fictionalized part of this. Magical forest. I think that's a fairly safe assumption. Pair of twins and a dog rescuing older siblings. I mean, I'm thrilled with this. That sounds lovely. A little bit of magic, a little bit of peril, only mild peril. God, settle down. But that's really nice. Twins always helps, especially with magical stuff, because twins are, I think, inherently a little bit magical because they're a little bit weird. And you don't necessarily know whether you can trust them. So I think that's a really good choice. Really good choice, definitely. And I would call that The Wonder Leaves. That's the name of the forest. Nana Hobop, it's a story of somebody who does IT work in public education. So far, so potentially true, and everything works well, and people know how to use their computers and applications. So, okay. So I think I found the fictional aspect of this one. I think that Nana does work in IT. I think Nana does work in public education, but I think this is me just kind of seeing through things. I think people don't know how to use their computers and applications, and things don't always work well. And I think there's a little bit of frustration, just a little sprinkling, a little soupçon of frustration there. People turning how to use their computers and applications. What do we call this one? Turn it off and turn it on again. It's probably too long. Just reboot it, or give it here, I'll do it. Something like that. Really get that frustration. I like that, Nana. I like that a lot. Monkey Pixie Funk. Matt Damon. Lovely. Stars in the 6th Jason Bourne film, which is set in Beckenham. Sounds exciting. Jason is now 51, spends a lot of time eating fish and chips, visiting charity shops and watching films on his own in the local Odeon, until he uncovers the terrifying plot to stop all shipments of mushy peas, used books and B-list films. A training montage ensues, predominantly featuring ketchup. Wow. I mean, wonderful that you'd be able to get a wonderful character actor to utter the immortal line, the David Strathairnian line. Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne about a man sitting on his own eating some fish and chips in a cafe. I like that a lot. A ketchup-based training montage. That's really nice as well. Just kind of... you're not quite sure whether it's blood. You're not quite sure what's going on. There's a lot of tension. And a lot of that kind of stuff. Let's get the last bit of ketchup out of this glass bottle. That's good. And we call it the Bourne Solitude. God, that works well. God. Sometimes, when you come up with an idea and it kind of shocks you about how good it is. Really nice. Lovely stuff. T.B. Douglas, a bookworm from Britain. Maybe an actual book? Maybe an actual worm. Lands a big job in America. Probably not. Probably a person. Where she realizes all those novels she's read help her predict what customers will do next, but she worries she's ruining her love of reading in the process. Wow. T.B. lands a big job in America. That takes care of your scale. Anything set in America, just slightly larger. That's really good. Help her predict what customers will do next. So the love of the books is helping her, but then by helping her, it's making her love the books less. Oh, that's lovely. So it's like, how far do you take this before it all crumbles? That's really good. That's really nice. Very, very thrilling. I mean, a real page turner. And the fact that, it's why it's good to have, make films about people who like films and make books about people who like books, is because, those are the people that are going to be rotting and reading them. Lovely, lovely work. Bookworm. Bookworm, shook, burn. Jesus, could be. An Airwell Time Warner official. Time waits for no internet service provider plan in the fast-paced and underhanded world of telecommunication technologies and publications. Even those with the best intentions for bringing the world together in a virtual oasis can be dragged through the desert of predatory merger deals. Wow. Do we have Tom Clancy Do you have that picture of Tom Clancy again? There he is. There he is. I mean, that's this, isn't it? A fast-paced and underhanded world of telecommunication technologies and publications, even those with the best intentions for bringing the world together in a virtual oasis, can be dragged through the desert of predatory merger deals. And it's a kind of book where once somebody finishes reading it, they're like, God, that was just a book about very dry... Oh, I assume you're about to read mine, but I've got a commercial break. Welcome back, AOL Time Warner Official. We've got a picture of Tom Clancy because the book sounds like a Tom Clancy thriller. And it sounds like the kind of book that you would finish reading and think, gosh, that was a really good book. And then you'd think about it. You'd open your fridge that night and you'd be staring into the fridge and the light from the fridge just waft over you. And you'd think, did I just read a whole book about mergers? About dry business deals? And was that actually thrilling? Oh my God. This mustard's out of date. So there would still be some fridge stuff. Really, really good. Lovely, lovely work. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Lots of books and one film. I wasn't expecting one of them to be a Jason Bourne film, but lots of great books there. Really, really nice. I'd read them all, or at least listen to some of them. Let's head back to Maine. We've got one more thing to do. We're already over half past. I apologize. But I mean, come on. This has been a great episode. Minute to win it. It is the most exciting minute in quiz shows today. I've got something written on there. It's actually behind me. It's behind the green screen today. Something on my double bubble. It's something on my light box. You just need to read my mind and tell me what's on my light box. The theme for this, it is the weekend of the Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. And very simply, I want you to tell me a cast member from Saturday Night Live. There have been maybe 160 of them. Some of them I couldn't name, so it's not going to be those. But one of them, one of the permanent cast members, not a guest host, somebody who's on that show. Lovely stuff. Aykroyd, Curtin, Poehler, Rudolph, Carvey, Corner Michaels. I don't remember him. Maybe he was from the 80s. Tina Fey, Beck Bennett. Lovely. Will Ferrell. Yes. Anybody else? John Belushi and Kristen Wiig and Eugene Levy. Little Mike Myers. Steve Martin. Kenan Thompson. Andy Samberg. Dan Aykroyd. Kate McKinnon. Lovely stuff. Let's keep it going. Chevy Chase. Yes. Seth late night host guy. Seth Meyers. Possible relation to Mike. Anybody else? A.D. Bryant. Oh, wonderful pull there, TB. Really good. Let's wait for those last few to come rolling in. Poehler, Strong, yes. Chris Kattan, yes. Dana Carvey, yes. I mean, it's lovely to. There's such a thrill in just having people list things for you. The power doesn't go to my head that often, but sometimes it really feels like it does. Gilda Radner, Keith Chegwin, all of these big names. Bill Hader, Chris Farley, Billy Crystal. All the ones who did a cameo in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's a lot of them. Seth Meyers. Did anybody get it? Martin Short, Robert Downey Jr. Oh, Super Nashwan 8 bringing in the little bit of triv. Downey Jr., one season cast member. Okay, I think we maybe need to wrap it up. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, yeah, three seasons, I think. Martin Short, Adam Sandler, Pete Davidson. You all left it late. You left it late. T.B. Douglas. Adam Sandler. Vanessa Bayer. The wonderful Vanessa Bayer. Adam Sandler, one of the arguably the most successful Saturday Night Live cast members of all time. Well done, T.B. Douglas. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know any SNL members. You know a lot of them now. A lot of them now. Just commit all of these names to memory, Gamer Hall, and you will live a fabulous, exciting life. Let's head back to Maine. Let's get totting up those scores, guys. Let's get totting up those scores. But whilst you get your scores in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself, guys. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, baby, that's great. And if you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you are watching this on YouTube or Twitch, maybe not live, although can you do comments on Twitch after the fact? I don't know. You can just send me an email, iamnotme, iamart@gmail.com. Make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below because I would love to hear how you did. Let's see what we've got. Nana Hobbo was 16. Wowzers. Wow, quite an easy round this week then. 16 for Nana, 16 for Definitely, 14 for SJBeck72, 14-ish for Monkey Pixie Funk. I mean, 14-ish. If that's a 14-ish, that's actually a 17, then you've got that victory. 13 for Air World Time Warner Official. TB with a 15. Super Nash 8 with a 13. Maple Panda with a 9. Wonderful stuff. Very, very, very impressive. But that does mean that we've got a tie. We need... So, Definitely, and Nana, I need you to choose one of these that's obviously not one of the ones that we've already picked. And we'll see who gets picked out, who gets the victory, who gets the W. Musicolage and Red Herring. Lovely. Thank you, guys. Very efficient. Let's get the chat box back on. Let's get the rounds off. Minute countdown, let's get rid of that. Are we getting Musicolage first or Red Herring first? We have got Schlablam, definitely not Duda. Who else? Congratulations. Why not? 7 for JRPV20. Well done, you, JRPV20. That's fabulous. Coming in late as well. Everybody's smart, guys. Everybody's smart. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. Straight away. Yeah. Straight away. Couldn't have been any more efficient. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you've had fun. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you felt creative all at the same time. We've got an art right now next week. Then we'll have a week off, and then we'll have the next quiz the week after that. So 3 weeks? 3 weeks time we'll have another quiz. Obviously, we've got Wednesday. We've got Ready Game Inspire. If anyone wants to tune in, we'd love to have you, Counting Sheep and I. But yes, for today, we are done. 10 minutes late. Apologies. I am not me. I am art, and I hope you'll join me next time, same place. We have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, "Oh, baby girl, I am smart." Thank you so much. Stay creative.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,